Here's the dashboard that we've looked at previously. Soon you hopefully have had a chance to play with it a little bit. And I just wanted to show you a little bit more about the dashboard before we actually move into the edit mode. So as you look at the dashboard right now, you can move the size of the different windows. And I'm not signed into this dashboard, so anybody can move the size of the windows. So I can make this one a little bit shorter if I wanted to. It's not going to be a permanent change, but I can be moving the size of windows. Again, hopefully you've experienced that you can pan and see the numbers changing in the dashboard. And over here we have the number of different records. And if I select a record, a pop-up should appear telling me what that record's about. And I can look at that. And there's actually close to that 5 other records. And I can actually then look at all the close by records that we have that are in that same general geographical area, which is near Ashland, Kentucky. And here's our total set of records. So we can do things like that. We can start to zoom to that record, and we can see that we have now zoomed in, and we're now only showing 65 markers because of our zoom. Likewise, the classification schema changed, and if I only want to look at the person records, I can come in here and click on the pie chart, and now only those records that are people will appear. I'm going to close this just so you can see that a little bit better. This is our legend. It's not in any way coupled to the map. This is the total number of different types of records, and you can see the values change as I go across. This is not coupled to the map, but the pie chart is. If I want to go back and see all the records, I just click on the pie chart again, and I can see all the records. And if I want to see only those that are events, those are where the events are. And if I zoom out, I stay on only the events. This is showing me the total number of records if nothing was selected in the field of view. And if I click again on the pie chart, I can see all the different types of records that are there. And as I pan, you see the numbers changing also. Likewise, I can look at a record here, see what type of comments that we have on this record. This is just looking at the attribute table and certain fields in that attribute table. And I can also, if I select a record, I can click on it and scroll down and actually see the marker, but there's an image for each record. So I'll just close that back out. So you're just seeing certain things that we can manipulate on the map and how we've coupled things together. We can also pop out any windows. So if I want to pop this window out, I can click on it, and now we see more detail, and then I can put it back where it was. So this is completely available to all users. You can see some of the formatting that we've done, and now what we're going to do is go to edit mode. So I'm going to switch tabs where I've already been signed in to edit mode, same set of files. The key to editing is up in the upper left corner of every window, there is a little blue bar. And this gives me the ability to do different types of edits. So on the map, you can see I can drag items around. I can go to configuration, which we will in a moment. We can duplicate a map, or we can throw the whole window in the trash and start again from that location. So if I want to drag an item around, if I click on the drag, now I can drag this, and notice the handles showing up. Now I don't want to move where my map is, but you can see I can put it, dock it there. I could dock it on that side. I could dock it on the other side. So we can see these different handles, and we can make it across the top instead of across the bottom if we would like. Well, I'll drop that there for the moment. We can see that we've totally changed the look of this, not necessarily, I think, a good look. So if I drag it back, I can do a drag back here, and then I have to drag this one over on the side, and then change the size of this window to something like that, pretty much back like we had it before. You can see my headers that I've put in here, and so on and so forth. So this is how we manipulate things to get the layout to look the way we want. But how do I make the gauge or the number, and I really in most maps would not have both of these in here, but how do I make those interactive? So if I click on configuration on the map and click on the map actions, these are the actions that I've already composed. And if I want to add a target, what do I want to add as my target? It could be my map gauge, my serial chart, and when I select any of them, then it wants to know how things are going to interact. So if I step back out of this, I'm going to cancel this, go back. Likewise on my gauge, I can come up here and I can go configure. And what do I want to configure on my gauge? Notice it gives me a little look here. I can put fixed values, I can put static values in. I can put the title that I want. I want counts showing up here, so we can put counts here. And there's lots and lots of things that you can control here. So this is the data I'm controlling. I can control the gauge's appearance. Do I want to make it completely opaque? Do I want to make it semi-transparent? How thick do I want things? What colors do I want the needle to be? These are all the items that I have that I can control. Do I want it to be a horseshoe, or do I want it to be a half donut? So you can see those. Do I want it to be a progress meter, or do I want it to be with an arrow? Notice I've changed my color there, so I can go back in here and choose my blue arrow again as we did before. And then we have some general things. So each element that is inside my dashboard I have control over. And if I go to map actions, so if I can just cancel this one and go back to map actions again, over here on this upper left corner of every window, down to configure, we have layer actions, map actions, and these are all things that I've set up. So if I want to look at, let's say, the pie chart here, well, we can't look at it unless we add a new target. So, and we can only use the pie chart once, so I can't really come in here and change this one. But I could delete one of these and then reconfigure it. And we also have layer actions that we can, where we can zoom and things like that. And if I can change the color of the text and all kinds of stuff. So if I want the zoom on the map to interact with the pie chart, then I need to create a map action. Again, you go in here, you add a target. All the elements that you've already put in your dashboard will appear here. I would then select, for example, the pie chart. Well, I can select here the serial chart and we'll just throw it away. We can come in here and that's going to be a map action, and we can click done here, and notice now my bar chart changes as I change my zoom level or my panning. So we've added another action item just by saying it's going to have a map action, so it's tied to the map. You'll see if we go to like classify on my pie chart here, you do not see map action, so this is not tied to the interaction. But I can, put the title that I want, where is it coming from, what categorical field, what am I showing count, am I showing average, am I showing minimum? So I've got all kinds of controls in the back end, way more than what we can do by creating this video. So what we need you to do is go in and for no better word, play around with these items and things.